So the next part, we will now be creating the surface profile. So previously we have just created our alignment, so we will now proceed with the profile. So for you to create a profile, go on the upper part of your interface and select profile, select create surface profile. Now you can see here the alignment that you just created, and again, if you have multiple alignments created, you need to make sure that you selected the designated alignment that you will be creating the profile with. So CL, and you can also see here the beginning and end of your stationing for your alignment. So you just need to add sorry, you just need to add EG, your surface, and once you're done with that, you can just select draw in profile view. Okay, so you don't need to edit anything here, so just click on next and select create profile view. So AutoCAD will ask you select profile view origin, so just click on this portion and you can now see the terrain of your profile. So you can inspect this one. So you may add an additional grid above or below your profile for you to have enough space when you're creating the design. So I will be teaching that as well in a bit. So for this, we just need to add one more grid on the upper portion of the profile. So click on the profile itself, go to edit profile view style, and on the grid padding above maximum level, you can add one and add one on the below datum as well. So click on apply. So press OK. So as you can see, you have now enough room for you to create your design. So for this, when we surveyed this project, it was a flat terrain. So as you may see on in between stationing 140 and 160, there is a big depression. So you might be wondering what happened to that portion. So you can go ahead and inspect station 140 and 160 before you finalize in creating your road design. Okay, so let's switch the interface to two vertical screens for us to visualize what is happening. So go to your command, type view ports, enter, and go to two vertical. Okay, so you may close tool space first. So on the left side, let's go to the plan itself and locate station 140 and 160. Station 140 and 160. So it's in between this portion. So as you can see, the terrain is not straight. I mean, the contour rather is not straight. So it should have a straight contour from station 140 to 160. So what we're going to do is we will be interpolating the points just to add additional points in between for us to correct the contour. So how do we interpolate the points? So go to points on the upper part of your screen, then select point creation tools. After that, go to this diagonal shape icon, interpolation, click on that, and AutoCAD will ask you to pick a first point object. So our intention here is to insert points in between. So we will be selecting CL as the first point and the other CL as the second point. Then enter the number of points. So usually I just add 1. Then offset is 0. Then description, CL. But for me to identify that it was an interpolated point or value, I input it with lowercase. So input CL. So as you can see now, there is an additional point here. So let's press escape and notice or observe the contour. So there are no changes yet since there is a need for us to interpolate RSER or right side edge of road as well as LSER. So let's do it first. And LSER as well. Okay, so as you can see, there are no changes still. So you need to go back to tool space. You can now close this one. Go to tool space and go to surfaces. As you may notice, there is a warning yellow sign here. So there is a requirement for us to rebuild this for it to be automatically generating with respect to the contour. So go to EG, right click, and select Rebuild Automatic. So moving forward, once you have already changed this to Rebuild Automatic, so any updates or any interpolation done on your top-up plan, it's automatic and it will be reflected immediately. So click this. So as you can see, the contour has now changed and it has now followed its alignment. And as you may notice, in between station 140 and 160, it has also updated its profile. So we can now proceed in creating the finished ground or the design for your road. So let's go back to viewports and click on single. There. So this is a better profile since I was part of the survey team when we did this survey. So it's very essential if you're doing the plotting and if you also have done reconnaissance survey on the site itself. It's for your own benefit and convenience since you have a visual representation on the area. Okay, so for us to create the design for this, so you can go to Profile and select Profile Creation Tools. AutoCAD will ask you to select Profile View to create profile. Click on this profile and you will be routed to this box. So for name, you just need to input FG. So again, FG is finished ground or your design ground. Okay, once you're done with that, you can go to design criteria as well and highlight use criteria based design and select still 2004 roadway design. Okay, press OK. So another toolbar will appear on your screen, and similar to the alignment creation, it would ask you if you're going to use draw straights or draw straights with curves. Since we will be dealing with vertical curves, we need to select the second option and specify the starting point. Since we are beginning our project on the existing edge of road on this PCCP or concrete, so we would tap our design to this node. Okay, so this is just an assumed design, so just for representation and demo purposes today. So we can click here and end on the last part. So for mere demonstration, I would just go deeper on the ground profile for you to also inspect the cut and fill once we are on the part of inputting our design as well as generating the volume and the earthworks for this. So let's just end this design here. Okay. So as you can see, you have here your length of vertical curve. You can edit this one. So for you to edit this one, go to your toolbar and find this. Click on this option, which is Profile Grid View, and make sure to enable that table. So as you can see, the length of vertical curve is 1.62. So you can edit this one manually. So you can input your desired profile curve length depending on the design standards. So let's just assume to edit this one to 30 meters. And you could also notice the green triangle there on your profile. Once you have entered a certain curve length, it would also reflect on your profile automatically there. So you can see it has now changed its length of vertical curve So let's just put it this way for demo purposes. So once you're done, you can just press close, and you can now also close your toolbar.